Good morning, students. Welcome to another session of History, Nationalism in India. Till now, we have discussed about the First World War and impact of First World War on India, and then Gandhiji's entry into India with his gift of the idea of Satyagraha. And then we have discussed about Rowlatt Act. Today's topic, we will discuss in detail about the Khilafat and the non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji returned to India in the year 1915 from South Africa, and the idea of Satyagraha has been spread in India. Then 1917, Gandhiji started the first Satyagraha movement in India, that too in Champaran, Bihar. And this movement is against the oppressive plantation system in Bihar. Then second Satyagraha movement, Kheda, Gujarat. And it is against the revenue, it is for revenue relaxation due to crop failure. Then 1918, one more Satyagraha movement led by Gandhiji in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. It's in support of cotton mill workers. Emboldened by the success of these three Satyagraha movements, Gandhiji wanted to start one more Satyagraha movement on a larger scale, and it is known as Rowlatt Satyagraha. And this Rowlatt Satyagraha is against the Rowlatt Act, which is passed in the year March 1919. So, as per this Rowlatt Satyagraha, planned to call for Hartal on April 6th. As you know very well, idea of Satyagraha, and he wanted the protest in a non-violent way, without any violence. So till April 10th, there were non-violent protests going on everywhere by closing down the shops, not attending the job, not attending the work. On April 10th, police provoked the peaceful procession, leading to violence. So protesters have become violent and they have attacked the police station and the police. Then the British have become more brutal and they have brought martial law. Martial law in the sense, people should not gather, there should not be no unions or gatherings. More than 4 people should not stand and discuss anything. It's like curfew situation. And General Dyer is made in charge of this martial law. Then which led to April 13th, infamous Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Thousands of people are being killed on the order of General Dyer, which led to lot of violence from the Indian protesters. And then the British has become more brutal. They have become more brutal. They have brought much of brutal repressive steps, leading to spread of violence. Then after the spread of violence, Gandhiji has called off Rowlatt Satyagraha. When one way Rowlatt Satyagraha was going on, there is one more issue going on in India, and that issue was Khilafat issue. Khilafat, we call it as Khilafat movement. It is been led by two major main leaders in this Khilafat movement in India were Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali. First you need to know what is this Khilafat issue. First this we need to go to First World War time. Let's have a look at the world map now. So world map showing the Allied forces and the Central powers. First World War has been divided between two groups. Allied powers are Britain, France, Russia and Serbia, whereas this pink color one, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Ottoman Empire, these all comes under Central powers. And you all know very well, Allied powers has won the war and Central powers lost the war. And after First World War, we have studied in Nazism lesson, class 9th Nazism lesson. These Allied forces have kept a lot of blame on Germany. All the blame went to Germany, and they have made a harsh treaty known as Treaty of Versailles, which is humiliating for the Germans. From that humiliation, Hitler rose up. He wanted to take revenge, leading to Second World War. Can you recollect it? So it's the case of Germany after the First World War, the impact of First World War. Now comes this Ottoman Empire. Khilafat issue is related to this Ottoman Empire, now present day Turkey. The Ottoman Empire head is known as Khalifa. He is known as Khalifa. He is not just the head of this Ottoman Empire, he is head of all the Muslims all over the world. Means he is the head of the Islamic religion. Clear? All the religious related issues or the decisions will be taken under his guidance. And there was, as British, these allied forces, Britain, France, Russia, they have made harsh treaty, and Germany, Treaty of Versailles. There were rumors that even on Ottoman Empire also they are planning to go with a harsh treaty. There is a rumor that this Khalifa's temporal powers, there is a threat to the temporal powers of Khalifa. Temporal powers in the sense spiritual powers or special powers relating to religious matters. So Muslims all over the world are agitating against these allied forces, and India was under the control of Great Britain, this Britain, okay, and Britain is in the allied forces. It's one of the country which is going to make a harsh treaty on Ottoman Empire. So Muslims in India are protesting against the Britain to protect the temporal powers of Khalifa. I hope you have understood now. Let's go to textbook. Okay. While this Rolat Satyagraha had been a widespread movement, but it is only limited to towns and cities. Only people related to towns and cities have taken part in Rolat Satyagraha. Now Gandhiji wanted to make it a more broad based, many people to involve into the movement, whichever is going to go on to them. So for that he thought that Hindus and Muslims should come together. Then the number will increase. Then the power or the pressure on the British government will increase. For that, what he has felt at that time, 1919, Khilafat issue was going on. And what is this Khilafat issue? First World War has ended with the defeat of Ottoman Turkey, and there was a rumors that a harsh peace treaty was going to be imposed on the Ottoman Emperor, and the emperor was known as Khalifa. Clear? Khalifa in the sense the spiritual head of the Islamic world. Wherever Muslims are there, people following Islam, for all those Muslims, this Khalifa is the head. So to defend, to protect the Khalifa's temporal powers. So in India, all the countries in the world, they have followed, they have started agitating against those allied powers. In India, it was Britain. So in India, that too in Bombay, in the year March 1919, a Khilafat committee is set up to start the Khilafat movement. And the Muslim leaders who took part in this, active part in this movement was Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. Now these people started discussing with Mahatma Gandhi about the possibility of united mass action. If both the issues, whether it is Khilafat issue or the Rolat Act, both are against the Britisher itself. Now if both these movements are clubbed together, then there will be more power on the hands of the protesters. So finally in the Congress session, Calcutta session, okay, here you will get many a times the word Congress session. Congress was a party, okay, where many parties were there at that time, means in the year in the beginning of 20th century, from 1885 the Congress party started. There were many other parties also, but this Congress party was the active party in India at that time. That's what we can find Congress party many a times. And session, every time whenever the Congress party, and this it has its branches all over India, whenever they used to gather at one place, Congress party leaders or the national leaders used to gather at one place, and they used to discuss about the next plan of action. It is referred to as Congress session. And different sessions, these sessions of Congress party are very important for your map pointing and for one mark question also. Clear? So here you are getting the first Congress session, that too in Calcutta. So where is it? Calcutta. Congress session was held in the year 1920 and month September, because 1922 Congress sessions mentioned here. So September Congress session is in Calcutta in the year 1920. So here Gandhiji convinced the other leaders to start non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as Swaraj. Clear? He tried to convince the Congress party to take Khilafat issue also into Swaraj so that Muslims and Hindus can come together and start a new movement known as non-cooperation movement. Okay, what is this non-cooperation? Non-cooperation in the sense not cooperating with the British. No need to use violence, no need to fight, no need to use aggressive words. Only do not cooperate. Do not do the works assigned by the British. That is not cooperating. And Mahatma Gandhi in his book Hind Swaraj, which written in 1909, Mahatma Gandhi clearly mentioned that Britishers are able to rule India only because of the help of the Indians. If you have watched Gandhi movie, in that also clearly the dialogue is mentioned. Some thousands of Britishers can't rule the millions of Indians. Dialogue used by Gandhiji. Those thousands of Britishers are able to rule millions because some of the Indians are giving support to them. So here his view is British rule was established in India with the cooperation of Indians and survived only because of this cooperation. If Indians refused to cooperate, British rule in India would collapse. Within a year and Swaraj will come. Real, true ideology, no? Here you can see two paragraphs, two important questions. This paragraph can be asked as features. What are the features of non-cooperation movement? So how to implement this non-cooperation movement? So Gandhiji proposed the movement should be unfolded in stages. How? First it should begin with surrender of titles that the government awarded. Returning the titles, like in the same way Rabindranath Tagore also has returned the title given by British government. British government has awarded him with knighthood in literature. Gitanjali book he has written. So for that he has given a knighthood award by the Britishers. He has returned as a call from Mahatma Gandhi for non-cooperation movement. And then next what is to be done? Boycott civil services, army, police, court, legislative councils. Indians working under the British administration should resign from their jobs, in simple words. And then if government uses repression, if they try to put down by using repressive measures or violence, then a full civil disobedience campaign would be launched. Civil disobedience we'll discuss later. Okay. So summer 1920, Mahatma Gandhi and Shaukat Ali went around the country to explain people what is this Satyagraha movement, to create awareness among the people. So these points comes under the features of non-cooperation movement. First, surrendering of titles. Second, boycott of the civil services, army, police, court, schools and foreign goods. So if the British government tried to repress it, civil disobedience movement will be launched later on. But this idea is not being accepted by all the people immediately. Some challenges the Congress party and Gandhiji has faced. What are those challenges? And one of the important question also, what are the challenges to non-cooperation movement? And those challenges are Congress party members. They are not, few people of Congress party members are not willing to cooperate with non-cooperation. Reason? They were reluctant to boycott the council elections because as part of non-cooperation, they should not take part in the council elections also, which is to be conducted in the month of November. And they also feared that it may lead to violence. Already Rowlatt Act led to lot of violence, and they thought that this one also may lead to lot of violence. So there was a tussle. There was tussle in the sense intense tussle, discussions, debates on the topic whether to start the non-cooperation movement or not. Then finally, all the people have come to a compromise, and in the Nagpur session, remember I said now you'll get the word Congress session and the city year. So Congress session at Nagpur in the year 1920, same year December. Clear? 1920 September, Calcutta session where Gandhiji proposed to start non-cooperation movement. Then December 1920 Nagpur session, a compromise has come and non-cooperation movement was adopted. Is it clear? Next topic we'll discuss, next session we'll discuss how this movement has unfolded, who participated in it, how did different social groups conceive this idea of non-cooperation. This we'll discuss in the next session. Before closing down, let's have a look at the picture. So this picture shows charkha here, highlighting charkha, Indian made cloth, improvement to cottage industry and avoiding the British goods. So figure 4, the boycott of foreign cloth in 1922 as part of non-cooperation movement. Next video we will discuss how this non-cooperation movement unfolded in different stages and how the people have perceived what is their notion or idea of non-cooperation. We will discuss in the next session.